Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Quantum Chat training. Today we're talking about Facebook ads and the Quantum Chat bots. So we're going to begin right now. Once again, for anybody that may be attending live, we are building this out for a quality recording. So we may not take as many questions. If possible, Vanessa, if you're here, if you can take any questions privately and help them out. But we're going to keep it pretty focused on what we're doing so that the module's solid. So we're going to begin in about 20 seconds. Thanks, Kenneth. Hey, guys. Hey, Eddie. Welcome. So, all right. Let me just do it. Let's just get right into it, you guys. All right, I'm going to do a little intro so we can cut this later. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to our Facebook ads training for Quantum Chat. My name is Brian Anderson. We're going to begin right now. Thank you, guys. Facebook ads, right? Why? What do we want to do ads? The challenge is we're 2 billion active users, 1 billion that use the platform every day, right? You see some of the stats, majority of men and women on the planet are using it. What I find really interesting is how hard it is to reach somebody. And what do I mean by that? I mean that a typical organic post, a typical post on your page just doesn't work anymore. Hasn't worked in a while, right? And so the challenge is, right? The challenge is where to go with this thing. How do you get people to your chatbot? So branded pages only get 2% of their fans. 2%. And remember, Facebook's a business. Early on, I used to be able to post. I actually got on Facebook, according to the other day I just saw, in early 2007. And God, it felt like it was earlier than that, but it was early 2007. And I remember at the very beginning, any post I made, anybody connected to the page would see it. And that's why you've seen so many people do groups, because of the visibility, right? But remember, Facebook went public. They're a business. They're trying to make money. They now charge a premium to get your content, my content, etc., in front of the target audience. And just like Google with the daily algorithm changes, Facebook changes its algorithms as well to continue to provide more relevant content and to continue to maximize the revenue. They want every bit of revenue they can get without causing too many problems. So the downside is all the organic posting has just diminished beyond any belief. I mean, it's ridiculous. Promoted posts have gone through the roof. I saw this. I used to go to the site all the time, Social Bakers, and there was a study. Unfortunately, it's a couple years old now, but even from 13 to 15, promoted posts have gone up 80%. And think about it. As the organic reach has dropped and dropped and dropped, now we're at 2%. The value of an organic post is next to nothing. If you look at some of your fan pages where you're simply making organic posts, you've got an uphill battle. You really do. So, when we talk about ads, video is king. I don't know if you know that, but video is king. Somebody said content is king here. Video is the king of content then. 500 million people, right, are watching Facebook video every day. Facebook cost per click, right? The absolute lowest is a Kinetic Social. Once again, hard to get the best stats that are fresh, but I can tell you from my political campaign in 2016 and some of my clients now in 2018, I'm getting 1 to 3 cent views, clicks around 5 to 10 cents. So extremely inexpensive. The engagement rate on a video is double what it is on YouTube, right? And like 50 times, well, not 50, maybe 30 times better than Instagram. So video is that holy grail, right? And I get it. If you're like me, some of you are never going to do video. And I don't do that much video, but I do it now. Text and image, right? It all comes down to the amount of text, the words, and the kind of image you use. That it's key. You don't want a basic stock photography image, right? You want something customized and personalized. You need to take your time with the messaging and focus on a powerful message. And I would challenge anybody that's doing a static picture with a message of some type, share in the group and get feedback. Don't do it in a vacuum. Don't waste your money. Get help from everybody, right? You want a relevant image for whatever that ad or the offer or whatever the business is doing. You want it to be very, very customized and relevant to that specific ad. Now, making an ad, fortunately, regardless of what all the info products out there want to tell you, making an ad is truly simple. So one of the easiest ways is to do something called promote a post. Now, as easy as this is, I'm going to recommend that most of you don't do it. But to do it, when you have a post created on your page, you already have the text, the image, or video you want, right? There's a choice for promote a post, and you promote it and you assign some money to it. Now, I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. You want to make sure that you include the reference URL from your bot, right? So that the audience can engage and connect with the bot. And I'm going to talk about that in detail in a few minutes. Now, the real drawback on the promoted post, the biggest one is the lack of control, and then the fact that there's no call to action button. When you don't have that button, you're just missing out on the tools that are available for all of us, right? So the call to action button plus the lack of control makes promoted posts a less than ideal solution. I mainly do promoted posts on client pages of mine that I'm getting paid to do. I'm getting paid to do social media marketing for, posting and whatnot. And I do the promoted posts to try to attract new likes and drive engagement. It's nowhere near as good as running a raw ad that we'll speak to right now. All right, so let's go. There we go. So doing it the right way. Keep it simple, silly, right? First of all, it's not hard. Yep. We're going to do an example right now. So Eddie said, can you do an example? So we're going to do that exactly right now. So log into Facebook. And when you're logged in, top right, you're going to see the drop-down arrow. One of the choices is create an ad. Very, very easy. Okay, easy. All right, no questions on that. I won't belabor the point, but that's an easy. There's a couple ways to jump into creating ads. This is just very, very simple. All right, so next. This is money. You need to pay attention on this one, okay? The right way. The most important thing you have to know, the most important thing you have to do is you need the reference URL. So you have to know what flow do you want your audience to enter. So you're going to go into ManyChat. You're going to go to Growth Tools on the left nav. Pick the one you want. Click Setup, and you're going to see a URL. Do you see where it says Message Reference or REF URL? You're going to want this URL, but you're going to have to do something else with it. So this is where you're going to get the direct URL into the chatbot, right? In this example, right, clicking the call to action will open Messenger and prompt anybody to participate by entering a giveaway, a contest. Now, I'm going to show you a little thing you're going to have to do. You're going to have to change in a second, but that's where you get the reference URL, and this is what you're going to want to use in your ads. This is critical. You absolutely must cloak this link. Does everybody understand what I mean by cloak or shorten the link? Make sure that everybody gets it. Okay, good. Good feedback. But if you don't, and I'm going to say it for the people that aren't responding, you can use the Google link shortener. It's just, you see it on the screen, and I'll put it in the chat area if you want, just so you guys have it. You got to do this. Somebody said why, and I'll talk about that. It has to do with the length. So when you use the Google link shortener, you will then be given a shortened URL. And the best thing is the cost is free. So remember this, when you get your reference URL, you need to shorten it. So just think in your head, reference URL, shorten. Okay? All right. Next in the ad process. So we click create an ad. We're given this screen, Eddie. Sorry, Eddie, I'm picking on you because your name popped up. There's all the choices under awareness, consideration, and conversion. What we want is the second one under consideration. Okay. Pat, if so, I didn't know that, Pat. So if so, just use a different shortener. Pat said Google link shortener may be going away. If that's the case, I'll post 3 or 4 good ones in the members area. But the takeaway is you definitely want a shortener. And but I'll double check. Thanks, Pat. So when you're choosing your objective, you want to be under consideration. You want engagement. This is your default choice, right? This is what you want. You want people to engage with your post and or your page. This is your fundamental thing. Notice I did not say messages, right? I'm going to share out Robert's comment. Thanks, Robert. So notice I did not say messages. And I'll come back to that in a second. So notice we want to pick engagement, not messages. Engagement, not messages. All right. Next step, as we're building our little simplistic ad, it's all about the audience, right? And this is targeting at a local level. So you're going to choose your audience. And this is what we're calling an ad set, right? Now you can do a custom audience, right? And what a custom audience is when you upload a list of emails or phone numbers and it does a match, or people that have interacted with your page before or the app before. Most of the time, you guys may not be doing this, right? So you want to go through the criteria. You want to set the target location. So somebody tell me where you're located. All right, San Diego. So you would pick San Diego. You would then do the basic demographics. You would do age, gender, language, etc. You may even do things like you can add connections. You know, as an example, people who have liked your page. I wouldn't require that though, but that's an option. So you're creating this ad set. So now we went after the demographics, right? Now, next slide. Now I'm going to do a special training on a different aspect, but I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna highlight it here. I want you to leave the placement on automatic right now. And we're going to come back and talk about that. Do you see at the top where it says, the very top right of this page, it says automatic placement or edit placements. There is a time when you're going to want to edit. It's probably not right now for most of you. So I'm just going to make a simplistic video that goes off down that rabbit hole, and I'll put it in there for you. So automatic. Now, budget. You want to choose either daily or lifetime cap for the amount of money you're going to spend. Only spend money when the client's paid you. Don't spend your own money on the come hoping to win your way into their good graces. Absolutely not. Never do that. You have to be confident and be strong, and you don't want to be weak and spend your money. You're in business to make a profit, not to just do favors for people. Remember that. Okay. Under your optimization, you can optimize for post engagement. I'm going to come back on a separate video and talk about a different option there. But for right now, keeping it really simple, you're going to leave bid amount automatic and delivery type will be standard. So no real changes, okay? Very, very basic. And this is why I told you, don't ever let somebody intimidate you. This is not hard to do. Now, you're going to have to identify yourself or your page. You're going to choose your page. So, for instance, one of my clients is World Gym in Peachtree City. I would pick that page. You can, if you're trying to focus on Instagram, you can pick a branded Instagram account, or you can use the Facebook page to get to Instagram as well. But right now, keeping it really simple, pick the actual Facebook page. Yeah, Dr. Walker just said, so true, Brian. Don't spend money until they paid you. Guys, it is so easy. Here's what happens. You want to please the customer. You want to do a good job. And you're like, let me put 100 on there and get some results. They're going to pay me back in spades. No. Don't do it. So thank you. A lot of agreement on that. All right, so you're going to pick your page. When you see identity, you're going to pick the Facebook page. All right. Next, the creative. And don't get scared. If you're like me, I see the word creative and I start to freak out. I'm like, oh no, graphics, graphics, right? I start getting like, I get the sweats. Okay, you can select an existing post, or you hit the plus button and you create a new one. You can set your text. This is where you're creating the ad. It's just like posting, you guys. It's so easy. So easy. Now, I'm getting a little bit fancier. Yeah, Charles, right? So we're getting a little fancier. Now we got to choose an image. I would ask all of you, while you're getting started, take a screenshot of what you're thinking about for your ad, share it in the group, and get feedback. You want to think about a few things. The image shouldn't be loaded down with text. It should have very little, if any. You want to choose the style of the image layout that you like. And you can see slideshows and canvases and all these different things. Now, another thing that's going to seem anti-intuitive, if that's a word. I don't think it is, but I just made it up. So, do not choose get messages. And you're thinking, Brian, I see the messenger. I know that's where I want to drive the people. No. Don't do that. And you're like, why? Counterintuitive. Thank you, Alan. The reason why is that if you do this, it's going to bypass the bot and it would just send a message. Right? I'm going to do a part 2 to this that kind of gets in a little more detail, but I want to keep it, let's stick to basics 101 right now. So I don't want you to pick messages. Now save the unpublished post. You see it at the bottom right, it's in blue. You might not be able to see it on the screen, but it's on the bottom right. You're going to save it. Okay? We're moving along. This is going to be a very, very simple process. I am not going to overwhelm you. You will be off this call and practicing your ad in the next 15 minutes. And I challenge all of you. Matter of fact, we'll do a contest at the end of this. All right. Now's when you're going to add a little call to action. This is where you're going to put a button type. I like to use learn more. Right? You see call to action in the middle of the screen, the yellow arrow, learn more. Now, this is when you're going to paste your reference URL in, your shortened reference URL. So, this will set it up so when the button is pushed, the audience are going to enter your bot at the specific part of the growth tool flow you've chosen. That's why I told you to pick the growth tool you want. So you're going to take that URL and you're going to put it here. In the example that you see, it's a contest. So when they pick it over there on that picture, it's going to put them right into the contest. Okay? I'm going to move to the next screen. I want to keep this so easy, you guys. I want you to preview the ad. See what it looks like. Share a screenshot and get feedback. The first 3 people that share ads today, the day that we recorded this call, we'll give you a little special prize. You're going to love it, but I'm going to keep it secret. That basically allows me to get with Scott and Vanessa and dream up something super cool for you. So I've got something in mind, but I'm going to run it by the team. So the first 3 people to share an ad, because I want to get you guys doing this. We're going to keep moving you towards success. Cool. All right. you can look at the different formats. On the right-hand side of the screen above that picture, it says mobile news feed. You can change that and see how the ad is going to look different. Do not try messages, once again, on the left. Facebook's going to try to get you to do that. You already have Quantum Chat and the bot to do that. You don't want to get into that right now. Not something you want to do. Cool. All right. Now we're going to view the ad. I told you, none of this is hard. The only thing hard was picking out a picture. And I bet most of you are going to be good at that. Facebook is going to approve your ad to run, right? And then you can literally view your ad by going to Manage Ad from the notifications toolbar, and you'll be able to see it. Real simple. So they're going to approve it. And then you can go edit it and look at this ad again. Now let me see. I think I put it on too many screens. I got it on the next screen. Okay. I want you to test the ad. Test is important. Let's make sure it does what you think it does. Don't just do it blindly and put your money on it. Guys, we have the ability to test. Share it with the group. Okay? Copy the URL and paste it into a browser window. Right? Select Show in News Feeds. Once you confirm, right, that you want to see this ad, it's going to show up in your mobile and desktop news feeds for 24 hours. I think it was very beneficial to do that. Okay. All right. So, important. Test, right? You always hear it, but do it. Test. Just got a little bit more. You guys stay with me. Next, I want you to view the ad in your newsfeed. So when you click Show in Newsfeed, your personal newsfeed will open and the ad will be displayed live as if you were the target. It's important. You need to look at it the way it's going to look in the wild, right? So this example ad, boom. And you can see how it just fits right in. Okay? You're going to then click Learn More. Now, what happens when you do that? The messenger will open and the engagement button is presented, right? So Vanessa and I were doing this. Hey, Vanessa, you want to register for the giveaway happening right now in the webinar? Click Win below to complete your registration. This is the contest we're talking about. Once they click, they become a qualified subscriber. This cold traffic, right? This is how they join the list, so to speak, right? Right out of your ad. Now, and I'll do a special video and get into this. For those of you that are all advanced and cool, and you're like, Brian, I really want to edit my placement. So what you can do, I put this back in, you can edit placement when you're doing your ad set, and this time you will select Messenger. Now, only people who have messaged your page in the past will be reached. This is something you're going to want to do down the road as a step 2. And we're going to get into a kind of a intermediate Facebook Messenger ads on the next video. But what I want to do right now is I want you to know you can do this, but I want you to know not to do this right now. So we've told you about the forbidden fruit. We're telling you what it does. And now, once again, right now, you should ignore it. Okay? All right. I want to end with this, just as food for thought. And we're going to end, and then I'm going to challenge you to go out and make your ads. From a strategy standpoint, all you want to do is raise awareness and get traffic to your bot. Don't complicate this. For those of you that are in voice drops, remember, you're not trying to sell on a voice drop. What are you trying to do? You're just trying, yes, exactly, Jim. You're just trying to get a callback. So, key point for any kind of local business is the ad must set up the perfect sales conversation. Right? Same thing, Brian Richter asked about B2B. The ad has to set up the sales conversation. So let me give you this example for local, and then Brian, tell me more about your business, Brian, when we talk about it. If you could, okay, imagine you're a contractor, Charles, or Brian, since I'll see you guys, if you could fix one aspect of your home, what would it be? You know, boom. People are going to respond, kitchen, or I paint my home. Now you know what the pain point of the people responding to your ad is, and you're going to bring them into your workflow. Just an example. So, Brian, what is your... Yes, Charles Bronson asked, anyone who clicks on the ad and clicks on win is in now in the messenger. Yes, Charles. Aletta, it depends on the kind of business. Aletta was asking, if you're not running a contest, what else could you put besides win? One thing you can do is, depending on the business type, you can always put a coupon, Aletta. It doesn't have to be a contest. Businesses always have coupons. You can always do something like that. Or it could be something to get something for free. Maybe it's some kind of report or content. Like in the case of Brian Richter for B2B, maybe it's something that he's going to give them. It just depends on the business. So, the challenge, though, at the end of this call, the homework, let's just write it. I don't think I wrote it on my slide. Hang on, let me write it. Here's your homework. You guys, it doesn't get any easier than this. Nobody has to make this sound. This is no $1,000 to learn how to do Facebook ads. None of that. This is not hard at all. Nobody should ever intimidate you on this. So homework, right? Create your first ad, even if, okay? Create your ad. Now, there we go. I want you to practice targeting your ideal market, geography, age, demographics, etc., right? And try one with a picture and text and a video. I don't even care if it's a fake video. It has nothing to do with what you're trying to do. I just want you to practice doing it. If you do that, you'll be comfortable. Okay? Mark Gamble. Hey, Mark. I sent you a little, I sent you a URL. Okay? So, do this, and then, all right. When you're, okay, then after you've practiced a little bit, okay, after you practice, make one for real. This can still be fake. Share the real one. Real ad, not one. The real ad in the group for feedback. So this is your homework. If you do this, you will be doing a couple things. You will be practicing what you just learned. You will be building your confidence, right? And you will be getting constructive feedback from like-minded professionals. If you do this, you will be that much further ahead than everybody else who doesn't. And I understand that some of you are very talented and do a lot with ads, but just as many are probably not. Okay? All right, and I want to go into all these questions. Everybody with questions that are kind of off topic a little bit, post them in the Facebook page, and then Scott and I can come in there and answer them. I just need to keep this video on point. I know you guys get it. Okay. Yep. Let me wrap up with Wilma's. Let me make sure. You know what? Let me do Charles and Wilma. Charles said, do you think a tell me button would work in the bot? Yes. Absolutely. Like Charles said, in other words, tell me, what's the best thing you offer your customers? Like a B2B one question questionnaire. I think I like it a lot. Um, Aletta said, Brian, nope, not me, not talented. Aletta, I promise you, it's not hard. You definitely don't need to spend a bunch of money on an ad course yet. I'm not saying there won't be a time down the road where you want to master some nuances and, like subtle differences in various ads. But right now, that's not that time. Right now, you're going to make an ad, you're going to practice, and then you're going to scrap that one. And then you're going to do one once you've kind of fiddled around with it. You're going to do one, quote unquote, for real, as if you're doing it for a new client or for your agency, and you're going to share it in the group. And let's give you feedback. Let's look at it together. Yeah, Dale Wagner from Australia asked about the PowerPoint deck. I will upload. I'll ask Vanessa to upload them, and I'll upload all the other ones too as well, Dale. Yep, Pat Littleton likes Littleton. Sorry, I can't speak today. Likes the tell me more. So, okay, let her know I'm with you. All right, guys, this is it. Let's stop here. We're gonna do an intermediate training next, but right now, I want everybody to get comfortable with this, and I'm getting about 50% that say they are comfortable and 50% that are not. So, create your ad, practice, 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 scrap that, and then go make one for real, post it in the group. Once you've done that, you've gotten rid of that learning curve, right, that so many people never get over. So with that, I thank you for attending this call live. There's a bunch of you here. We will see you on the next training. Thank you again. Bye-bye.